Good. So we have our warm up here. My recording had stopped for a second, so I had it started back up. So just a heads up. One more each side. And let's do some deadlifts. Feet hip distance apart, hinging it forward. Squeeze your glutes to return. Nice neutral spine here. Gliding the shoulders down and away from your ears. Two more. Last one. Now come back to your wide stance, turn the feet out. You're gonna take your elbows, place them to the inside of the legs. And I'm gonna have you just do a torso rotation side to side. So opening up through the groin, the shoulders. And you can also do this with your hands down to the thighs. One more each side. Good. All right, gang, go ahead and grab your medium to heavy dumbbells, medium to heavy. We have a reverse lunge to a staggered deadlift. At home, you're gonna step back with your left foot first. Here we go. So we have reverse lunge, staggered stance, deadlift, and back up. Reverse lunge, staggered stance, deadlift. So alternating between those two movements. Now, as you do that staggered stance, deadlift, your hips stay square. Most of your weight is in that front leg. About 20 seconds left. Now you can always take the deadlift out and just do the reverse lunge too. Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, rack the weight up to the shoulders. You're gonna take your left leg, bring it out to the side, and then return. So that's the second exercise. Here we go. So we are focusing on glute med here. Balance. These two exercises are back to back, then we'll do the same thing other side. You're gonna feel this start to burn in your standing glute. That's what we want. Both legs are parallel. Now at home, as you bring that left leg out to the side, watch the foot to where it's not turning out like so. You want to keep it parallel. 10 seconds. And we have the same thing other side. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good. Ugh. Kind of shake out through the hips. Same thing other side. At home, you're stepping back with the right foot. Time is in 3, 2, and 1, and go. Down, stagger, deadlift. So again, we're gonna run through this two times. 30 seconds left. Shoulders and hips stay square. 15. Now maybe I'm abnormal, but I loved the heat yesterday. Bring on the heat. Finish out your last one. And then we go into your side leg lift. Rack the weight up to the shoulders. Find your balance. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Whew. We'll make sure to stretch your hips at the very end. Now coming up next, you're gonna grab a dumbbell for goblet squats. So your heavy dumbbell, the heaviest that you have. 10 seconds. Oh, I did it, I had to shake it out. 3, 2, and 1. Set your medium to heavy off to the side. Grab one of your heavy. You're gonna come into a wide stance. You're gonna keep the dumbbell low. You're gonna pick it up, lift, set it down, stand it up. Pick it up, lift, down, and up. Here we go, time is on. And I want you to think about sinking down low into your squat, as low as you can go. "20 seconds. Now we have 3 exercises left. 3. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Lateral lunges. Go back to your medium to heavy. We're gonna stick to one side first for your lateral lunges. At home, step it out to the left, and then return. Here we go. So one side only. You can do this with both dumbbells, or you can do it with one. You can do a body weight too. Big step out to the side. The opposite leg stays straight. Might get a good inner thigh stretch. 10 seconds. Whew. Last one, and rest. Good. Same thing other side. Find your space. We go in 3, 2, 1, begin. You're doing great. You have 20 seconds left. Big push off that lateral lunge. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna stick with these dumbbells. I'm gonna set them down just to give my hands a break. But you're gonna place the feet hip distance apart. You're gonna squat it down and up. That is our last exercise of the round. All right, gang, time is rolling. So same concept as that goblet squat. If you can, try to sink as low as you can. Feel the whole foot flush against the floor. Your knees and your legs stay parallel. "15 seconds, then we get a 45-second break. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1, you are out. Awesome job. You have 45 seconds. Grab some water. Whew, round 1 done. Okay, first exercise. We have the reverse lunge to the staggered deadlift. At home, you're gonna step back with your right foot. So I'm the mirror image, right foot. Have about 15 seconds left. Per usual, use this time to swap out dumbbells, whatever you need to do to challenge yourself. We have 5 seconds. At home, left foot is planted, step back with the right, time is rolling. Down, stagger, hinge it forward. We're gonna go into that side leg lift coming up next. You can either stick with your dumbbells or set them down to the floor. 10 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. That same foot is balanced down to the floor. Start to rack the weight up to the shoulders. Just rest them on top. We go in 3, 2, and 1. At home, your your right leg goes out to the side, right. Now, while you do this, try to prevent yourself from placing your foot down each time. It's just kind of grazing down to meet the opposite foot instead of shifting your weight all the way down, if that makes sense. 20 seconds left. Woo. Home stretch. Last 5, 3, 2, one more. And rest, good. Oh. Okay, other side. At home, right foot is planted, step it back with your left, time is rolling. Lunge, stagger, hinge it forward. Now as you come into that staggered stance, the back foot is just at a toe tap. Get most of your weight is in that front leg. "20 seconds. You're almost done with the lunges. 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, weight is racked up to the shoulders. Balance. Here we go. "30. Feel the burn. Breathe through it. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Awesome. Set the weight off to the side. Grab your heavy dumbbell for your goblet pickup, your dumbbell pickup. Same stance with the legs. Here we go. So down, lift, set it down, stand, down, lift, stand it up. Now the last 15 seconds, we're gonna hold the dumbbell and pulse it down. Here we go. Pulse, pulse. Burn those quads. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Lateral lunge, lateral lunge. Grab your medium to heavy. And we're gonna start at home, stepping out to the right side first. Here we go. So in studio, we are left. Now, as usual, these workouts are what you make of it. So if you're having a day where you're feeling exhausted and you just showed up, that is sometimes the hardest part. So if you need to do body weight, that's okay. But if you're feeling super energized and you want to push yourself, increase the weight. Last one. Good. Each day is different. Whew. All right. Other side. And begin. We have one exercise left, and that's your suitcase squats. And we're gonna bring it down to the mat and finish out the legs down there. "15 seconds. Come on, 5, 3, 2, finish out your last one. Good, suitcase squats. I'm just setting my dumbbells down for a second. Yowza. All right, here we are, suitcase squat. Timer is rolling, down and up. Now typically when I do squats, my eye gaze is always changing, meaning as I squat, my eye gaze is gonna follow down along with my head, so angled down a little bit versus looking straight forward. We can do this. Now, speed it up, speed, speed. Come on, we're almost there. You got 5, 3, 2, 1, you're out. Ha! All right, grab a sip of water, make your way down to the floor. We're gonna start with a side plank clamshell. Now at home, I'm gonna have you come onto your right side. Down to your forearm. Your hips are stacked. Knees are stacked slightly forward of the hips. Now as you lift up, you're gonna lift the top knee, set it back down. Lift and lower. Another great option for this, if you don't wanna do the side plank option, is doing this with the upper body down, okay? Now we have 10 seconds left, and we're gonna switcheroo to the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swivel it around. Find your position. And go ahead and get started. We're gonna come onto our back next. We're gonna do a glute bridge variation. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna come onto your back. Lift your hips up. Your left leg is lifted. Maintain the position. You're gonna extend your left leg and then bend it back in. Extend and bend. Hips stay lifted the entire time. Another option, again, modification to set the hips down. But as you lengthen the leg, you're gonna keep it in line with the opposite knee. Glutes, hammies. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down, keep the hips lifted. Switch to the other side, here we go. Lengthen and bend. It doesn't have to be to the tempo of the music. We want it slow and controlled. "15 seconds. Then we have one more exercise, then we'll stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the hips down. Now dig the heels together. Knees are separated to kind of a froggy position. Hip glute bridge, lift and lower. So I'll give you kind of a view from the back here. So my knees are separated to, again, more of a V. The more you dig the heels together, the more inner thigh engagement you're going to get here. Now in 10 seconds, we're going to hold it up and do little pulses. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Pulse and hold. Little tiny pulses. Maintain the height of your hips. Squeeze your heels together. 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. Cross your right leg over your left. Let's go into our hip cradle stretch. Nice work today, everyone. Legs are done. Upper body tomorrow. Go ahead and uncross. Let's do the same thing other side. And go ahead and uncross. Gently roll yourself back up to a seated position. Let's come into our half kneeling stretch here for our hip flexors. So one knee down, opposite foot forward. Take a nice deep lunge into it. Either hands to your thighs or down to the floor, whatever feels best. Everyone's flexibility is going to be different. And let's get to the hamstrings. Send the front leg straight. Hinge it forward. So this week, this Thursday, is summer solstice, so the longest day of the year. We're having a special pop-up class for that. We have a mat Pilates that is all virtual this Thursday at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I'll be teaching that. And then go ahead and switch over to the other side. So mat Pilates for summer solstice. I'm going to try to take it outdoors if I can. I'm hoping it's not going to be raining. We'll see. And then send the front leg straight. Last but not least, hinge it forward, hammies. And go ahead and release. There you have it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Split Strength today. We'll see you tomorrow for class, which is going to be all upper body. Enjoy the rest of the day. Oh, your legs are done. Awesome work. See ya.